Is that it, Judge?
I don't know. I'm not sure where we're at on yours.
This is what David told me, and I'm going completely off of what he had to say, was that Judge Stolhansky had said there's a motion to suppress that's been filed.
Right.
And he said, okay, well, I'm going to put you, you, the state, can talk to Judge Johnson about it. You can discuss it. It wasn't set to be heard. So I'm not really sure.
Okay, so this isn't the one we're doing the Ford motion on, because I'm still struggling with that, trying to figure out how to get all the videos running and go through everything.
Right. This is the one, the defendant, our client, is stopped on frontage road of 410.
What's the case number on this one?
Oh, this is, sorry, give me 1 minute. 665139. But anyway, Judge, the vehicle has it looks like there's some axle damage to it. There's no body damage, but something's broken underneath. So police arrive, investigate, ask some very preliminary questions, and he invokes, very clearly on video, invokes his Fifth Amendment and his Sixth Amendment rights to remain silent and to counsel. And then there's some back and forth. The police say, well, why would you need a lawyer if you're not drunk? Why wouldn't you answer questions if you're not drunk? That kind of thing. The investigation continues. The field sobriety tests are conducted, and then all of a sudden there's a breath test result. So I think at this point the state has agreed to redact the audio. Without question, without even a ruling from the court, agreed to redact the audio from the moment that he invokes either. And so that's where we are now. So, all we need, I guess, at some point is to have a hearing on the rest of it, because our position would be that, any participation in the investigation, any participation on the part of our client should be suppressed. And the police can do what they want to do. And if there's probable cause to arrest them at that point, then of course they can go ahead and do that.
But, well, Frank, why don't you guys talk for a minute? And I've got a free afternoon. I'm happy to do anything you need me to do.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. And then we'll figure it out and go from there.
Yvonne's over there waving, no, she wants to go shopping, but we're here for the day if you need us.
Okay.
I'll be here, Judge.
I know you will. Thanks, Yvonne. Somebody wake up Dwight.
Frank, do you need a breakout room with one of the ADAs?
Sure. If they want to speak to me, absolutely. See if maybe we can resolve this agreeably.
That'll be with Daniel.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Dwight?
I'm all right, Judge. Am I muted? No, there you go. I'm doing great.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I was telling you about the Trish boy. He's my new golfing buddy, the Justin. I guess he was the younger brother that Bobby, son of Bobby.
Yeah.
Anyway, really nice fella.
What is Justin now, about 40?
Yeah, and he's still in the metal business. He's in the recycling business. I can't remember the name of the company, but it says his dad's in Savannah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, darn. You run across Johnny or Tommy any?
No, I don't.
I haven't seen either of them in years.
But I tell you that Justin, he looks exactly like his grandfather. He looks just like Mr. Newell.
No kidding.
Yeah. He's got, no hair on top. He's got that kind of broad nose. And I told him, you look so much like your grandfather. It's just scary. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's proof of genetics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure miss the old guy. He was an interesting character.
Well, I always credit him with saving my dad's life. My dad was just kind of in a bad place, and he took a job over there, and he loved Mr. Newell. Mr. Newell treated him like a king, and it was a really great relationship. Yeah. And it was good for my dad.
I tell you what, had great respect for Bud, and I sure enjoyed being around him.
Yeah, he liked you a lot, Tim. Really did.
Well, have a good Wednesday, Dwight.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I got a deal worked out. I'm just waiting on getting the paperwork processed.
All right.
I already sent you the paperwork.
Yeah, Yeah, I
Did you
signed
need
it.
to-
I signed it. Yeah.
No, it's with your client. Do you need to speak with him?
Yeah, let me see if he
Okay.
needs help. Okay, thank
Let
you.
me put you in a breakout room with him.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, Joseph. How are you today?
Hello, Corin. I'm doing well.
Yes,
I have-
Heather Weaver.
Yes, from Monica Guerrero. And
Yes.
I believe that it's going to be resolved today. I need to go in a breakout room with Heather and also the CLO officer.
Okay, I'm gonna put you all three in Miss Teja Santos' breakout room.
All right, thank you.
Morning, Joseph.
Hello, Judge Johnson. Good to see you.
Good to see you as usual. How's Monica doing?
Monica's doing very well. You know, I think I had told you I had broken my toe. A week later, she twisted her ankle. We
Well,
had,
you know, seems like every 6 months Monica's in a boot of some sort.
she travels too much.
Is that what it is?
She goes to Del Rio. She's always in a rush.
Well,
Federal court.
We used to be seeing each other a lot down in Eagle Pass. I used to sit a lot in Eagle Pass, and Monica and Joanne De Hoyos and Pam Craig were always down in Eagle Pass.
I know Joanne's there frequently. They normally don't do Zooms out there. She has to go in person out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, once I discovered there was a casino,
yeah.
it turned out not to be such a bad place. We'd
Yes.
finish court about 3 o'clock. I'd head over to the casino and there'd be Joanne and Pam. Pam wouldn't even
good.
talk to us. She'd reach in her purse, pull out a handful of 20s, wave them in the air, and then go back to playing whatever she was playing.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic.
Judge, what casino was this?
The one down there at the Eagle Pass, Lucky Eagle.
Lucky, yeah,
Oh,
Lucky
okay.
Eagle.
Okay.
Pam Craig was playing 2 machines at $8 a pull. I mean, she was playing like $16 every time she pulled the slots, but she kept winning.
Yeah, I was in Vegas last week. I didn't win anything.
We went to Talking Stick out in Phoenix when we were out there about 10 days ago, and I've never won a nickel there, but we had a nice little morning. Had won enough to pay for dinner anyway, and nice to walk out with their money instead of leaving mine.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Hi, good morning. I have someone by the name of Rolando's iPad. I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Okay.
There you go. Are you Rolando Garcia?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here on
Jesse Rivera.
we couldn't turn it yesterday, but we turned it today, but he never got his paperwork. So he's in court.
Oh, he's here present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me just rename you.
I'm in impact court today, right?
Excuse me?
This is impact court.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Let me check with the deputy to see if he's already in the courtroom.
Morning, Roddy.
Judge, good to see you. It's been a long time.
Well, you got to remember, I usually see you at Paisanos on Fridays.
Well, but that's
Been
too
a long-
easy.
Been a long
Eddie and
time
I
in court.
When the virus spread had subsided, we snuck in there a few times, but as soon as it ticked up, we backed off of that.
I know you go by there and there's hardly any familiar faces, and that includes the staff.
I believe it. I
Hey,
believe
man,
it.
what do you think about your Spurs moving to Austin?
Looks like that's on the horizon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're going to get the G League team, and Austin's going to get the Spurs. I'll tell you how they'll start it. They'll start it by playing, because they'll blame the low attendance in San Antonio. They'll say they're going to have to start playing some games in Austin. They'll play some games up in Austin. Next thing you know, Spurs will be in Austin. We'll have the G League team.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. Yeah, because I've
Yeah.
noticed recently when I watch the games, there's hardly anybody in the stands.
Yeah, there's nobody there, and particularly the charter seats, Roddy. But the other thing you need to pay attention to is in the last 2 weeks or last few weeks, they've sold 40% of the ownership to out of towners.
Yeah,
Michael Dell's got 10%. The guy that started VRBO's got 10%. Some group out of San Francisco's got 20%. And who knows if there's maybe not a secret trade that's already been made or sale where they've sold over 50% out of town.
yeah. Anyway, we had a good run with them. But,
Yeah.
You know, we got to be thankful for that.
As long as they take Popovich with them, that'll be a good thing.
Yeah. I got a feeling Ginobili's going to be the next coach.
You think so? Well, it's
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
obvious that they've told Becky she's not going to be coached because she went and took the other job.
Exactly. And he's back in the fold, discreetly, just bouncing around doing what he can do for the organization at the present time. So he's back in town and he's engaged.
Yeah,
So that,
but I think
that'd be my guess.
he may have decided it was too dangerous to stay down in Argentina.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tim. Absolutely right. Yeah, him and his family are targets now.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, good to see you, Roddy. Have a good morning.
Okay, always a pleasure, Judge, and look forward to seeing you at Paisanos as soon as this thing finally dies down.
Sounds good, buddy. Be safe.
Okay, all right, bye.
Mr. Garcia, your client I already put him in the Chromebook. Do you need to talk to him?
I already talked to him, but does he have his paperwork? Has he signed off on everything?
Not yet. I'm gonna switch the email so he can do the paperwork.
Okay, and then just let me know when it's complete and we're ready to go.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hi, Dwight, you're back.
Yeah, we signed it.
Okay. Let me check.
What do you think about Beard? Right,
Oh, man, he's the real deal.
we shot 3 for 20 from
Yeah.
the 3-point line, 15%, and we still beat Kansas.
I know it. Unbelievable. It was an ugly game, but
They're all going to be ugly from now on. With this guy,
Yeah.
they're all going to be ugly. We can't shoot. We
No,
still can't shoot.
I know, man. You got to have a shoot. One shoot. We just need one. You know?
You know, we haven't had shooters in years, man. Consistent shooters.
I know.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll win all the rest of the wrestling matches.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a big win.
Hi, Tim. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who's your client today?
Well, I had received notice that he was set today, James Griffith, but then I got the docket, I got the Zoom link, but the docket doesn't show him to be on it. I just ran him and I saw that he was set for trial in April.
Yes. Let me make sure. What is the case number? I don't have it here.
It's 614734.
Mr. Molina, did you have time to confer on this case?
I do. That's why I came on in hopes that I could talk to somebody.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Kathleen.
Okay, thank you.
See, we've got Dr. Harris back. Who's your client, Dr. Harris?
Good morning, Judge. It's going to be Mr. Adrian Gripon, and he's here with me. in the
Okay,
office.
I've got the paperwork. Who's our prosecutor on that one, Corinne?
I believe
Daniel's
that's
actually
Daniel.
taking the,
I'm sorry,
And
Kathleen?
Daniel, Mr. Escobar is going to take that one. And then Corinne, if you could put me in my breakout room, please.
Yes. Sorry.
Thank you.
If you find Daniel, we'll get Dr. Harris taken care of.
Yes. Right now, Daniel is in the breakout room. Let me go get him. Let me just have Dwight's client finish his paperwork so we can also take up on that. Give me
Okay,
one
we'll
moment.
get to him. Give us just a minute, Dr. Harris. We've got to get Daniel out of the breakout room, and we're trying to get Dwight Chumley's client's paperwork done so we can get both of you moving.
All right, thank you, Judge. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your patience.
Okay, Dwight, your client is already completing the paperwork.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, Kyle.
Good morning.
You're here for, you were here.
Zachary Smith.
Zachary Smith. He's here. Do you need to speak with your client or confer with the state?
I don't have discovery yet, but why don't you let me talk to the state first?
Yes, that'll be with Kathleen.
Thank you.
Hi, Dante. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Wools. I'd like to hop in that state line as well. I'm here for Mr. Rafael Villapando, who I do believe is in the waiting room.
Yes, I just admitted him.
Okay, a good deal. I see him popping up right now. And we are, the state has made an offer. And we've gone back and forth and there is a decision I'm gonna have to let the client make, but I would like to discuss a little bit with the state,
Okay.
Going from good to better, you know what I mean?
Perfect. Let me put you in the breakout room with Kathleen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Rafael.
Hi, Frank, you're back.
Yes.
Okay. On that motion to suppress.
Yeah, it's not officially set. I don't want to, mislead the court. It's the motion to suppress is not set, but there are a couple of issues that that we might be able to agree upon if the judge just wants to hear something very very basically.
Okay. We can do that right now, or do you want to wish to reset it?
No, if the judge needs more evidence, then we're going to have to reset it. But if basically what I'm going to ask the judge, if he agrees to it, then we can probably resolve a good chunk of the issue.
Frank, if you got something else you need to do for a little bit, because we've got some pleas stacked up and we'll be doing those for a little bit. You want to circle back around 10:30 or 10:45 and we'll free
Yeah,
up
Judge,
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've got to log in a different court in 15 minutes. And then as soon as that's over, I can log back in over here.
Sure, that'll be great. We'll be here all day, so we'll work you in when you get back and we'll stop whatever we're doing and take care of get you and Daniel up and see if we can sort out some issues for you.
Sounds good. And it should be, Judge, I'm guessing like less than 5 minutes. It's going to be a little discussion. So
Not a problem. Get paid for all day, so I'm happy to do whatever you need.
sounds good, Judge. Well, I'll see you in a few then. Thank you.
Great. Corinne, can we get Dr. Harris's case going? I see we got Daniel back.
Yes, Dr. Harris? There we go.
We're here. Thank you.
Let's see. Give me a
Judge,
a second. Now I've lost the paperwork.
Judge, the paperwork I sent, if there's gonna be some fields in the last page, I can complete those once the clerks print them. We would have to enter manually the case number, the
Okay,
defendant's name. I'll complete that whenever they print it. I'll handwrite it. If you have any problems with the form, please let me know. I was the one that entered the fields where you were supposed to check off.
but
the-
his client is Mr. Griffin, right?
Yes.
Judge, can I talk to Dr. Harris really quickly?
Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Sorry about that. Dr. Harris, if you could join me in, or you can put me in their breakout room real quick.
Mhm.
Got the paperwork there.
Dr. Harris, if you can rejoin the breakout room, Daniel,
Okay.
please.
Oh, okay, there it is at the bottom. I'm sorry. I see it.
Green, that case is 661-328, right?
Adrian Griffin, yes, 66132. Yes, yes, Judge.
Hey, Corinne, I conferred on Griffith.
Uh-huh.
And even though he doesn't pop up on the docket that I got, but it looks like he already has that setting. So I'm just gonna exit out if that's all right.
Yes, then we're keeping the setting for jury trial on the 9th, I believe. Let's see.
I think it was the 12th, but I'm checking. The 19th.
The 19th. Yes, if you want to keep it, that is fine. Then we'll continue on that same date.
Okay, thank you.
You have a good day.
Okay, thanks.
Corinne, I see what you're talking about on the Griffin case. The plea notes, we've got none of the headings filled in, so you have to do that manually.
Yes.
Okay, we're fine. I see Dr. Harris is back, Daniel's back. Are you all ready to go on the plea?
I believe you are, Judge. Yes, sir.
Okay, and where is Mr. Griffin? Is he the CC11 impact?
No, he's right next to Dr. Harris, sir.
He's
Oh,
here,
there.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, he's with him. Okay, very good. Thank you. Ms. Nino, you ready? And cause, let's go on the record and cause number 661-328. Are you the same Adrian James Griffin that is charged with the offense, currently charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mr. Escobar, the state wishes to amend or to waive count 1 and proceed on count 2.
Yes, Your Honor, the state moves to amend the information, add count 2 obstruction of highway and waive count 1 DWI.
Okay, no objection to that, Dr. Harris?
No objection, Judge.
Thank you. State's motion to amend will be granted. Mr. Pippin, we're going forward now on an obstruction of highway charge. I have a number of documents here before me that have been signed by you. One of them is an agreement to video conference. Do you recall signing that, sir?
Sir.
And you understand that that permits you to appear by teleconference rather than in person, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've talked with Dr. Harris about this case, and you understand what's going on here in court today?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge of obstruction of highway, how do you plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Beg your pardon?
Guilty, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and not for any other reason?
Yes, sir.
No one has forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything get you to do this now, have they?
No, sir.
Did you read, understand, and sign the waiver of constitutional rights that I have here before me?
Yes, sir.
You understand that when you sign that, Mr. Griffin, you're telling me that you understand your rights, you don't wish to have a trial or have witnesses brought in, and that it is okay if the court accepts your plea, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Harris, have you explained to your client his constitutional rights and given him the range of punishments?
Yes, I have, Judge.
You're confident, sir, that he understands his rights and his plea is freely and voluntarily entered?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, sir. And do we have a plea agreement, Mr. Escobar?
Yes, Your Honor, it's a $500 fine, court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, the DWI education class, the victim impact panel, a TAP eval, ignition airlock for half the term, and 40 hours of community service. And Your Honor, just to clarify, we were going to go open on the fine, community service hours, and court costs. And I believe Dr. Harris wanted to talk to you about ignition interlock.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, Dr. Harris. I'm all ears.
Good morning, Judge. May it please the court. Judge, Mr. Grimpon, I just wanted to, just to provide the court with just a little quick background context, Mr. Grimpon, prior to making our request. He's a 37-year-old father of 2 young kids. He lives at home and takes care of a Gulf War veteran mother who is very sickly, takes care of her. Even before all of this occurred in May of last year, he has 0 resources. He has not been able to sustain and gain or sustain employment since that time, other than odd jobs here and there. The court granted a occupational license order, and he's still waiting for it to come from the Texas Department of Public Safety. So he's driving on that. Judge, he has no liquid income. He has no liquid capital, no real property or investments. He's unable to pay the fine if the court would consider either waiving the fine or, in the alternative, prorating the fine over the course of the deferred adjudication so that Mr. Griffon will have the ability to pay it in increments as opposed to trying to pay it all at one time, so that he'll be in compliance with the court, should the court grant that option. Also, Judge, with respect to the court costs, Mr. Griffon already has a statement of inability to pay already on file throughout the duration of this of these proceedings, and we're asking the court to take judicial notice of that and to consider waiving the court costs as well, Judge. And we also asked the court, as it relates to the ignition interlock, I've researched it. I provided my client with vast information on the different types of interlocks and the costs that are associated with that, Judge. He'll be probably out $2,000 to $3,000 with the installation, removal, and the observation fees for the standard ignition interlock. So we're asking the court to either waive the ignition interlock or, an alternative, to consider ordering a smart mobile or some other inexpensive option that Mr. Griffon can afford over the course of the court's order, so that he won't, so that he can complete the requirements of his deferred adjudication without being in violation just because he can't pay for something. And finally, Judge, we're just asking the court, we just wanted to thank the prosecutor for their willingness to negotiate these terms. And the last thing is that In lieu of the victim impact panel, Judge, we're asking for the U impact panel if the court would so allow.
Okay, Mr. Escobar, any thoughts on your part?
Your Honor, the state would ask for the ignition interlock. It's standard in obstruction pleas. We did want to at least give defense the option to ask for the PAM mobile, the mobile start. In regards to the fines, fees, and community service hours, we felt that it was best that Dr. Harris had the opportunity to speak to you about that, to maybe give you some background for Mr. Grippon.
Do you have any objection to the U impact?
No.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I appreciate you gentlemen working this out together. I'll accept the plea of guilty. I will follow the plea agreement and defer a final adjudication guilt for a period of 12 months. I will assess the $500 fine, which I will probate. I'll ask they participate in 12 months of deferred, or the 12 months of deferred adjudication, of course, pay the court costs, do the DWI ed. In lieu of the victim impact panel, we'll go with the U impact panel. I'll ask they participate in a TAP evaluation. In lieu of the ignition interlock, I am going to go with Smart Start Mobile, because he will be monitored. I'll order 40 hours community service, and I will set his supervisory fee down at just $20 a month, finding that the minimum work's a hardship for him. Gentlemen, anything I might have missed there?
No, Your Honor, I think you covered everything.
Thank you. Mr. Chumbley, we'll get to Mr. Chumbley's in just a minute. Let me tend to the paperwork, and I'm having some problems with that. So Dr. Harris, you and your client can be excused. As I understand it, probation will be either contacting him either by email or by phone shortly. And if he hasn't heard from them in a week, he should get back in touch with you so you can put him in touch with them.
All right, thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
Judge. Thank you again, Mr. Escobar and Ms. Garza for your help. And
Good
also to
morning.
Ms. Walls. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sure, Dr. Harris, you have a good one.
Hi, Dante, you're back.
Good morning, Ms. Ms. Wolf. The state has made an offer and we're amenable to it, but they've agreed to get it a little better if we do X, Y, and Z. So I would ask for just like a 30-day reset so we can accomplish that, get the info to the state, and then we should be ready to plead it out.
Okay.
I had asked Mr. Villapando to hop on for today's proceeding, just in case we ended up taking the plea. But it doesn't look like he needs to be here. So I wasted a little bit of his morning, but things are getting a little better for him over here too. So.
Okay, let me see, 30 days. How about March 14th? Is that a good date for you?
Looks good.
Okay, I'll reset you for March 14 for plea.
Mr. Villapando, I'll give you a call, but you're good to slip out of here, sir. And with that, may we be excused, Ms. Wolves?
Yes,
Thank
you. Have a good
We'll see you
day.
next time.
And I just got back from a breakout room on Zachary Smith. This is Kyle.
Yes.
And he has a felony pending indictment. So I was going to see if we could get this reset. Felony pending.
How much time do you need?
I would say 60 days.
60 days.
Thank you.
April 1st is fine for you?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, you have a good day.
You too.
Hi, John. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're here for Robert Lindweber.
Ryan Weber, yeah, is he available?
Let me call the jail. I don't think they brought him in. Give me a few moments. Do you wish to talk to the state in the meantime?
Well, if I could talk, I need to talk to my client first. They've been having some challenges getting him to an ICS conference for the last 5 days. And I
Okay.
emailed
Let
the
me get in contact with
boss
the jail.
lady over there this morning.
Give me a few minutes. Let's see.
Okay. Dwight, check your chat.
Corinne,
Yes, Judge.
I finished the paperwork on Mr. Griffin, but it was kind of screwed up. There's some boxes I couldn't check, so look those over, please. It's a plea, so there is no right of appeal. I couldn't hit the sentence imposed button on it. I couldn't fill in any of the other,
Yes.
the top stuff, so.
Yes,
Well-
I'll ask them to print it for me so I can complete the rest. Yes, it was
double-
kind of weird.
Yeah, it was problematic.
Yes, it was. Let me let them know.
Hey, Corinne, if I could talk to Daniel real quick before my client gets here.
Yes, I talked to the jail and they're trying to see where he's at. Let me put you in Daniel's breaker room in the meantime.
And
He's in jail.
if you can get Daniel, if we can keep Daniel here for just a minute, we can get Mr. Chumbly done.
I think Kathleen just jumped in.
Okay, Dwight, your case is Hernandez.
Yes.
Okay. Daniel, you ready on that one?
What's the case number, Your Honor?
608-865, that's Mr. Chumbly's.
Oh, Mr. Chumley's? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Mr. Hernandez, are you with us? Where is he, Dwight? Do you see him?
No, he's been on, let's see.
He's still in the breakout room. Let me join there so I can
Yeah.
bring it back. One moment. Oh, let me see. Oh, just bringing him back to the main session.
There he is, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, if you would unmute, please. There we go. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good. In cause 608-865, are you the same Michael Hernandez that is charged with the offense of, hang on, what is the offense, guys? It's not on this paper.
Assault, family violence.
Okay, thank you. All right, in cause 608-865, Mr. Hernandez, are you the same Michael Hernandez that is charged with the offense of assault causing bodily injury to a family member?
Yes, sir.
And you're the same Michael Hernandez who was arrested, booked, and fingerprinted on this case?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, and I have here before me several signed documents, among them a consent this is, I guess, a motion to revoke your probation, and I have a consent to handle this motion to revoke by video conference. You remember signing that and you're in agreement with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that permits you to be here by video conference rather than in person. And what is the state alleged violations? What counts?
Your Honor, it's a violation of condition number 2.
Already, is that a positive test or failure to test?
It's there, it's alleging that he did then and there use marijuana. It's not clear from the MTR if it's violation or if it's admission.
Okay. Mr. Chumley, you've had a chance to talk with Mr. Hernandez about the state's motion to revoke, and your company understands the ramifications of it?
Yes.
And to the charge of using marijuana in violation of condition number 2, Mr. Hernandez, how do you plead, sir? Guilty, not, or I'm sorry, true or not true?
True.
Pleading true because because it is true, not for any other reason?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've talked with Mr. Chumley about the ramifications of this and your rights going forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will accept the plea of true and find that it is freely and voluntarily entered. Is there agreement as to how we proceed with the case?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is agreeing to a $0 fine, court costs, 12 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrently. We ask that the judgment is satisfied. And the defendant was granted, just for the court's information, he was granted deferred adjudication in a felony case in early January. So he's going to be on felony supervision for approximately 5 years.
Mr. Chumley, that's your understanding and agreement?
Yes, sir.
Party, here's the judgment of the court. I will grant the motion to revoke probation. I will revoke and reform to a 0 fine. Cost of court, 12 days Bexar County Jail, credit time served, I'll order time and money to run concurrently. I will note on the file that sentence is satisfied. We will accept and use the fingerprint provided at booking or the time of plea, whichever was most available. And the sentence is satisfied, Mr. Hernandez. So this case is done and over. You can just deal with your new case and hopefully learn from it, and we don't have you back here again. So if you mess up on that one, you're off to the big house. No two ways about it. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Judge.
Be
See ya.
safe.
You too, Judge.
Bye. Corinne, anything else up?
Yes, we have Mr. Garcia's plea ready. It should be in your inbox.
Okay, give me just a second to finish Mr. Chumley's here. And
Yes, Judge. And Mr. Robertson, yes, your client was released from jail last night.
Okay. He has a felony pending that's not set right now, so
Yes.
we can push this one off. That'd probably be a good idea.
The court date that the jail gave Robert was March 8th.
March 8th, okay.
Yes. Is that enough time?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Then your next one would be March 8th.
okay, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes. You have a good day.
You too, thanks.
see you, John.
Bye-bye.
Corin, could you check if all the paperwork was signed? Monica signed it and Miss Weaver signed it.
Let me see. It's all good.
All right, thank you, Corin. And can you check, did a Mr. Jonathan Vasquez ever check in with the court? I believe the cause number is 614432.
That's a family violence case. That'll be with Monica Garcia and Judge Stolhansky. Was he supposed to be in court or in person today?
I believe I got the Zoom link for the same court here. Are you able to forward me that other link?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you, Corin. It'll be josephstateson@yahoo.com.
Corinne, I'm ready to go whenever we've got anything.
Okay, Judge, I think Mr. Garcia's plea is next.
Okay. And who's the client? Is that Miss Weaver? No, that's not.
No, his name is Jesse Rivera.
All right. I don't seem to have the paperwork on Mr. Rivera.
Let me see. If you like, we can do the plea for Heather Weaver in the meantime. I'm gonna
Okay.
reroute the paperwork for Jesse.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I've got Heather Weaver. Is
We're
that,
ready.
Mr. Stateson's? Okay,
Yes.
all righty. Who's our prosecutor on this one?
Mr. Stason, what was the agreement on this one?
It's going to be 3 days recommended revocation, 3 days, and she has 3 days credit.
Okay, and are you going on condition number 5?
That's fine.
Thank you.
Joseph, I don't have the MTR before me. What condition are we agreeing has been violated?
It will be failed to report to supervisor officer for the month of October 2019, violated condition number 5.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Let's
Judge-
go on the record.
Judge
Yes, sir.
Johnson, really quickly, I am sending you the MTR and court summary.
Okay. And cause number 584486, are you the same Heather Ashley Weaver that was previously placed on probation? Was it probation or deferred, gentlemen?
Probation.
And for what offense?
A DWI first.
Are you the same Heather Ashley Weaver placed on probation by the court for the offense of DWI first? Is that you, Miss Weaver?
You're on mute. Unmute your device.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're here with Mr. Stateson, your attorney. Have you had a chance to speak with him today, and do you understand what's going on here?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
State has filed a motion to revoke your probation alleging that you violated condition number 5 and that you failed to report to the probation department for the month of October of 2019. Is that true, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
I'll accept the plea of true to condition number 5. You've discussed with Mr. Stateson the ramifications of this plea of true, and you understand what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you. And you also signed the document here that allows you to participate in the video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Thank you. Mr. Stateson, have you discussed with your client the ramifications of her plea of true? Are you confident that she understands them and that her plea of true is freely and voluntarily entered?
Yes, Your Honor, to all of those.
Thank you, sir. And we have a plea agreement as to how the case should be resolved.
Yes.
Your Honor, that is revocation, adjudication, $0 fine. 3 days, you said, in the Brevard County Jail?
Yes.
Time and money to run concurrent, credit for time served. If it pleases the court, this will be a judgment satisfied.
And that is our understanding. And she does have 3 days credit, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court has accepted the plea of true to condition number 5, found that it has been freely and voluntarily and intelligently entered. I will grant the motion to revoke probation. I will revoke and reform to a 0 fine, cost the court 3 days jail with credit for time served, time money to run concurrently. I will note on the file that sentence is satisfied by the time that's already been served. This case is done and over, Ms. Weaver, and you do have a final conviction as a result of it. Good luck to you,
Yes,
ma'am. Let's hope we
Thank
don't
you,
see
Your
you.
Honor.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Joseph. Have a good day.
You too. I'll head out to Stohanski's court. Thank you, Corin, for letting me know that. I appreciate you.
Yes, no problem. You have a good one.
Let's see, and Kathleen, you were on that one? That was yours?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I just got a notification that you also have a client by the name of Victor Bermea.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he is in the waiting room.
Okay, I didn't have him on my docket today, I don't think, ma'am.
No, he's here today. I sent the notification to Edgardo Baez, and then he just told me that you are his attorney.
Yes, ma'am. We're presently, he has a motion to revoke pending. I want to say within 30 to 45 days, so I'd like to reset this one until we resolve the, and you can check the computer to see when the felony case is set.
Let me see. They're set for March 15.
Okay.
Let me see. I
Yeah,
can set you for March. Well, that I don't know if that's a spring break. I can set you for March 18. It's a Friday on that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you appointed or hired in that case?
I'm hired.
Okay. I will make the update.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Victor Bermea? I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you were reset for March 18.
Okay.
That's after your felony, after we take care of your MTR.
Okay, sir. All right.
Okay.
You're excused now. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Berman. Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
Okay, I've got Jesse Rivera here.
Okay.
Ready, are you ready to go, Mr. Rivera?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Nino still with us? There she is.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Let's go on the record and cause 660511. Are you the same Jesse Rivera that is charged with the offensive violation of a protection order?
Yes, sir.
You're here with Mr. Garcia, your attorney, sir. Have you had a chance to talk to him? Do you understand what's going on here today?
Yes, sir. I understand.
I have here before me a signed agreement to video conference. Did you read, understand, sign that agreement and agree to appear by video conference?
Yes.
Okay. And you've had adequate time to talk to Mr. Garcia today and you understand what's going on here?
Yes, sir.
And you were in fact the person that was arrested, charged, and fingerprinted on this particular case?
Yes, sir.
To this charge of violation of protection order, how do you plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Doing this of your own free will, sir?
Yes, sir.
You've not been forced, threatened, or promised anything by anyone to get you to do this now, have you?
No, not at all.
Did you read, understand, and sign the waiver of constitutional rights that I have here before me?
Yes, sir.
You understand that when you sign that, you're telling the court that you understand your rights, that you don't wish to have a trial or have witnesses brought in, that it's okay if I accept your plea, and that you of course, don't wish to have a trial in the matter. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Garcia, and Mr. Hernandez, or Mr. Rivera, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, have you explained to your client his constitutional rights and discussed with him the range of punishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're confident, sir, that he understands his rights and doesn't indeed want to give them up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And do we have a plea agreement in Mr. Rivera's case?
We do, Your Honor. And cause number 660511, $350 fine plus court costs, 8 months deferred adjudication, 40 hours community service, no harmful or injurious contact with Melissa Ibarro, and that's spelled Y-B-A-R-R-O. In addition, that would be a APSI course, and the state will TIC cause number 626175.
The community service was how much?
40 hours community service.
40. And we've got APSC, not BIP this time, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's yours as well, Mr. Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. I will accept the plea. I'll assess, follow the plea agreement in its entirety, assess the $350 fine, the cost of court, defer a final adjudication of guilt for a period of 8 months. Lastly, have no contact, harmful or injurious with Melissa Ibarro. To participate in the APSC program and 40 hours of community service. I'll take into consideration an order dismissed, cause 826175. Okay. I'll set a supervisory fee at $40 a month. All righty. Anything I might have missed there, folks?
Just for the record, we have had contact with the complainant, and their relationship is that they share a child.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Mr. Garcia, probation will reach out and contact your client either by phone or by email within a week. If he hasn't heard from him by then, he should get back in touch with you so you can route him to probation then. Okay, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Judge,
you.
do we need a thumbprint for that?
No, sir, Deputy Payton, I'm going to, I noted on the file that we will use the fingerprint from the arrest.
Okay.
He acknowledged that he was the person arrested and fingerprinted. Thank you for asking.
No problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck.
I'm free to go.
Yes, sir, you are. You're excused.
Hi, Victoria. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your client. Hi, Victoria, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. We have a deal, but I need to be placed on a plea docket because my client has some employment issues that he needs to square away before he can start what we're gonna do. So if I could get 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I prefer 3 or 4 weeks, to be honest. But we can go on a plea docket.
Okay, let me see. I can set you for the 14th of March for a plea.
That'll work. And if we do it faster, I'll let you know.
Okay, yes, just send me your client's email whenever you're ready.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, you have a good day.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Degollado, you're good to go. Okay, have a
I
great day,
think
guys.
he's still in the breakout room.
You can kick him out.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go join the breakout room to let the client know he's excused.
Oh, he's so cute, Judge.
He's a runt for a Great Dane.
Aw.
He only goes 110 pounds and he should go 145, and he doesn't understand why he hasn't gotten his morning walk yet.
I know. I have a little place here where my dog sits, look out the window while I'm working, but she's on a walk right now.
Yeah, good for her. We
She
we back up on the Salado Greenbelt. So
Oh, okay.
we're out in the woods usually every morning and afternoon.
Wow.
He gets to smell all kinds of stuff, and I don't have to clean up after him.
Exactly. And you get exercise too, Judge.
Yeah. Keeps me moving.
What's his name?
Murdoch.
Murdoch, that's so cute.
Yeah, well, he's a rescue and that's what he was named, but Murdoch also happens to be the name of my best friend, so I didn't change it.
Oh,
But he should be about 5 inches taller and about 40 pounds, 30 pounds heavier.
wow.
But the good thing of that is he should live longer because
Yes.
my Great Danes that have been heavy have died right at 8 years. I had one that was skinny and she made 11 years. So I got a good chance of keeping him. He may outlive me at this stage.
Oh,
We'll see.
pets were so valuable, and they are valuable, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
My daughter got one for just being here, you know?
Yeah.
And now she's off to college and now she's mine, so.
Where's she going to school?
She went to Texas Christian University in Fort Worth.
Oh, good.
Yes, this is her second semester. She's a freshman. She loves it.
Oh, what a wonderful school.
She's doing amazing there.
You know Dave and Ruth McLean. Their daughter went to TCU.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and graduated. And
I've learned there's a lot of frogs around here. It's like in Alamo Heights. It's like, go frogs.
She got a degree in design, and I just wrote a letter for her to go to law school. So,
wow.
Go figure. Yeah. She'll be a designing lawyer.
I know. She's gonna look good.
Yeah.
I'm back. I was having Zoom problems.
Oh.
Well, you know what the tough thing about Dave and Ruth's daughter is? I married Dave and Ruth, and here it is. I'm already writing a letter for law school for the daughter.
Oh, wow. God, time goes by fast, Judge.
Boy, it really does. I mean, I remember that wedding like it was yesterday because it was over at the Southwest, the Craft Center, at the chapel at the Craft Center. And Ruth was running it like she was a Marine drill sergeant. And
wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
30 years went by fast, Judge.
Gosh, yes.
Hi, good morning, Rolando. How are you today?
Hi, Corn, I'm good.
Hi, you have a client, Christian Hernandez.
Yes, ma'am.
He's in bond in one case, but he is in custody in another two. And also you're not appointed in those two other cases. Would you wish to take those two as well?
Yes, ma'am, just because I have been his attorney in the past, sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna send you the appointment.
Okay. Is he present here right now?
Yes, he's in the waiting room. I'm about to let him in. In one case, he has a $500 bond set and the other one a $2,000 bond.
Got it. Could you do me a quick favor? Can I be muted just for a quick second? I'm finishing up Blaine County Court 14 and then I'll jump right back on.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, George Trevino. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just got a notification that your case was dismissed, the misdemeanor case.
Okay, I have a question.
Mhm.
How do I find out who caught these cases? Because I wasn't present when these cases got whoever violated these cases. It wasn't me.
Yes.
It wasn't me, and I'm here on two cases that I have no idea
anything about?
Just your attorney should be in contact with you. So just check with him on what's going on with that.
I've already been bailed out on them, and I don't want to have to bail out on a case I have no idea anything about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Somebody used my name, and
Yes, you would have to talk to your attorney about that. He's the one that can help you with that.
what's his name? I don't know his name.
His name is Hector Garza.
Hector Garza.
Yes.
Does he have a number, Hector Garza?
Yes.
How would I get him?
Actually, no. Well, hold on.
You understand what I'm saying? You
Yes. Give me
understand?
one moment. Let me give you his information. One moment.
Somebody used my name, and I'm in jail for
Just stay in contact with your attorney. I'm gonna give you his phone number. Give me one moment.
And I hate to be rude, but what is keeping in contact with my attorney gonna is it gonna get me the hell out of here on a case that I didn't do?
What's your language, sir? Please.
I will, but I mean, you understand where I'm coming from though, right?
Yes, you need to contact your attorney. I'm gonna
That's
give you
all
his
you got?
phone number.
I need to
210-785-0737.
785
785-0737.
0737. But it's so why can't I just talk to the judge right now? And
Because your case is dismissed with a misdemeanor.
a dismissal.
It's a different case now. So you're done with the misdemeanor. Just contact your attorney, okay?
But isn't a dismissal just like a conviction?
You need to contact your attorney. I gave you his information, so you need to be in contact with him, okay?
All
I'm
right.
gonna remove you from the meeting. Hi, Edward Morales. I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your misdemeanor case was dismissed,
Okay.
so you're excused from the meeting. Just let the deputy know, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a good day. We're almost done. I just finished emailing the attorneys that have not appeared. We're waiting on 2 of them.
I would expect Frank to come back at some point to tend to that motion, so
Yes.
that'll still
We're
hang
still,
fire.
we're still waiting for 3 attorneys.
Okay, very good.
What's your first name?
Lauren Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right now we're just
But I
waiting for
know
your
I do.
attorney. Okay, she's been notified.
I'm sorry to
Thank you.
cut you off.
I'm gonna mute you.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, Corin.
Yes.
May I be placed in a breakout room with you real quick? To ask
Yes.
you? Thank you.
Mr. Hernandez? I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Señor Hernández, ¿me escuchas? Cristian?
Sí.
Ok, tu abogado quiere hablar contigo, te voy a poner en el cuarto con él para que hables con él, ¿ok?
Ok,
Dame un momento. Ahorita te va a salir una opción para ingresar al breakout room. Dame un momento.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I can hear.
Can you talk to her?
Yeah, you go.
Put join.
Hi, Mr. Stenberg. You're on mute. Let me ask you. How are you today, Joe?
Fantastic.
Good, good. We're here for
Donaldson?
Ashley. Yes. Ashley Donaldson, the paperwork's still with you.
She hasn't signed?
No, you have not signed it.
Well,
I can send, do you want me to send you a reminder so it can pop in the first of your email? Give me one.
no, I don't need it. Now, I remember what happened this morning, like earlier, it just cut out on me. It wouldn't allow me. I finished everything, but it never allowed me to sign. But I'll go through it again.
Yes, just to see, because it looks like you opened it.
I did.
Let me see.
And I finished everything, but it would not allow me to sign. So I'll go back, because sometimes when that happens, that means I've made a mistake up yonder, and I looked for it and I couldn't figure it out. But I had some Diet Coke and I might be ready to go now.
Okay. Yes, just let me know whenever you finish it. Your client is here in the main session.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like they're building a couch for, I don't know.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
Be right back.
Corinne, what's going on?
Mr. Stenberg is finishing working his paperwork for his client, Ashley Donaldson. I can give you the case number.
No, I got it, Corinne.
Okay.
So are we taking a plea on that now? Ashley Donaldson?
We are, but right now he's just finishing the paperwork.
Oh, okay, I'll submit the discovery now.
All right.
Corinne, may I be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
I'll go in my breakout.
Mr. Steinberg,
I
I'm
need-
gonna put you in a breakout room with Kathleen, okay?
With whom?
Kathleen, the ADA.
Oh, I don't know about her.
One moment.
Excuse me, Court, may I make an
Yes.
announcement to the judge?
Yes. Judge Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Arguelles has an announcement for you.
Right. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, good morning, Judge. I just want to inform to the court that my client is currently remanded without bond due to an ICE hold. I will be contacting the felony prosecutors in this case and see what we can do to potentially expedite this matter.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
You need us to reset it for 30 days or so?
I would say 30 days should be sufficient, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you. Good luck with that.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Sure, may.
Thank you.
I still need to give you a date.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. The 18th works for you? It's a Friday,
Yeah, that should be fine.
March 18th. Okay, I'll send you the receipt note.
Thank you, Corin. Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Daniel, I'll be right back.
Looks like we might have lost Frank, Daniel.
I mean, Judge, I'm always open to if he ends up coming back later, if he
Yeah,
wants to
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it done before lunch.
Howdy, could Joe Stember be placed in the breakout room with Ashley Donaldson, please?
Mr. Steinberg,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for you. I have a defendant that is been waiting since 9 a.m. I was wondering if you were willing to take her case.
Of course.
Yes, one moment. Is it okay if I place you in a breakout room with her?
Okie dokie. And the next,
Okay.
can I finish Ashley? I have one question to ask Ashley.
To ask Ashley?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You want me to put you in a breakout room with her?
Sure.
One moment. Ashley, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your attorney.
Thank you.
Lauren Rodriguez, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. I'm gonna reappoint you an attorney. So I'm gonna, whenever he's done, I'm gonna place you in a breakout room with him, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Stenberg, I sent you an invite to join the breakout room with your client, with Ashley. Hi, good morning, Jesse. I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Sorry I'm late. Well, these other courts take so long. Y'all are fast. Okay.
You're here for Hector Moreno.
Yes, I don't know if he's on. He's he was supposed to sign the PTD contract so I can sign and send it back. He hasn't responded to me. He is a Spanish speaker, but still I speak Spanish and told him I need page 1 and page 4. And I told
Okay.
him, and if he had any questions to call me, and he's never called me. So
I'm gonna reset the case for Friday. He needs to appear in person so he can take care of the contract here in the courtroom.
okay. I'll try and get a hold of him, and I'll try to send you an email saying, hey, he's not responding to me, or I'll log in and let you know and that he's not responding.
Okay, for Friday the 11th, for defendant to be present in the courtroom.
Right. Okay. And that'll be at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make sure I try and get a hold of him, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. You have a good day.
You too.
Ashley, can you rejoin the breakout room? Your attorney now joined. Wait, hold on. He's back. Mr. Stenberg? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you rejoin the breakout room?
With my client or with the ADA?
Do you wish to speak with the ADA or your client?
Well, the ADA just needs to know the answer is yes. Ms. Garza, the insurance paid.
Yes.
Okay. That'll be,
Ms. Garza,
let me put you in a breakout room with her.
She was in her breakout room, so she didn't hear any of that.
Okay.
howdy, Ms. Garza, the answer is yes. Insurance paid.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And right now the paperwork is with your client, Ashley.
Right.
Yes.
I told her that.
And
Uh,
I submitted the discovery.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathleen. Do you need to walk your client through the paperwork?
I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
If you need to talk to her about it, I can put you in a breakout room with her, or I can put you in with your new client, Lauren Rodriguez.
Well, just put me in a breakout room with Ashley. Make sure I'm gonna think it'll be quicker.
Will do. I'm gonna assign you to breakout room 11.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Can you help me rejoin the breakout room?
I send you another invite to join 11.
Thank
Breakout room
you.
11. Mhm.
Corrine, I should have never learned how to read lips. I can't believe you just said that.
I didn't. I said thank you for the reminder. I forgot that I had some paperwork in my desk.
I was teasing you anyway. I do not know how to read lips.
Let me see. Let me see who the paperwork is.
I do not know if I've received the discovery acknowledgement.
Kathleen just sent it.
You just sent it? Okay.
Kathleen did.
All right. Thank you, Kathleen. Let me get it signed.
Judge Johnson?
Yes, boss.
Okay, I just rerouted the plea paperwork for Ashley Donaldson to you.
Okay,
So you
great.
should be having it in your inbox shortly.
Okay, I'll look for it right now.
And Ashley, you're getting some paperwork to, no, she doesn't. Yeah, you need to sign a consent to proceed by video. It's coming to you by an email. And Yvonne is into modeling now, right?
Good morning, Mr. Stumper. How have you been?
Fantastic.
I see you have a little bit going on there.
Well, it's supposed to make me look mature, but my problem is people say I do not act that way. So
I haven't seen you for a long time.
I know.
Nice to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Makes you look so mature, you could be Porter Loring's first round draft choice.
Thanks a lot. So how you be, neighbor?
Doing okay, Mr. Joe. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Feeling very fortunate just to be seen these days.
You know what? I was going to say that, but I figured I wouldn't.
Yeah,
But
well, we've lost a lot of contemporaries.
Oh, I know it. The last, God dang, 6 months or so.
Yeah. God seemed particularly teed at the Acevedos. He was taking them out about one a month for a while there.
I know it. But I figure I'll be one of the last to go because I'm too ornery. They're taking the good people first.
It does seem that way. Are we ready to go on Miss Donaldson's? Looks like she's ready to get to work, so we probably should get her moving.
Okay. Ashley, have you finished?
I have the consent to plea by video conference, Joe, so we're okay there.
We're ready.
All righty. Okay. Let us go on the record and cause 670-678, the state versus Ashley Renee Donaldson. Charge is one of driving while intoxicated. Are you the same Ashley Donaldson that's so charged?
I am.
Ashley, are you the same person that was arrested and fingerprinted that night?
I am.
You're here with Mr. Stenberg, your attorney. Have you had a chance to listen to him, and do you understand what's going on here today?
Yes, I do.
I didn't say talk to him because I know you don't hardly get a word in edgewise, but hopefully you've been able to listen to him and at least understand what's going on here today.
Yes.
Okay, and did you read, understand, sign the agreement to video conference so that we can do this by video conference instead of having to have you come in person?
I did, Your Honor.
Very good. And to this charge of, is it staying as DWI?
It
Yes,
is,
sir.
Your Honor.
Okay. To this charge of DWI, Ms. Donaldson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you doing this of your own free will, ma'am?
I am.
You have not been forced, threatened, or promised anything by anyone to get you to do this now, have you?
No.
Did you read, understand, and sign the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights in the court's admissions that I have here before me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand, ma'am, when you sign that, you're telling me you understand your constitutional rights, you don't wish to have a trial, and that it is okay if I accept your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Are you a citizen of the United States, Ms. Donaldson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Stenberg, have you explained to her her constitutional rights and discussed with her the range of punishments?
I have, Your Honor.
You're confident she understands her rights and doesn't indeed want to give them up?
She does.
Thank you, sir. There a plea agreement, Ms. Garza?
There it is, Your Honor.
Thank you.
$500 fine plus court costs. 180 days in the Bear County Jail, suspended and probated for 1 year. 48 hours community service. DWI education. Victim impact panel. TAP eval. Ignition interlock 1/2 term. And $60 restitution to DPS.
Mr. Stenberg, was that your understanding, sir?
That's my understanding, but I have a request on
Yes,
the
sir.
48 hours community service. She's a single mama. She's studying part-time in school. And if she could get some type of relief on the community service hours.
Thank you, Mr. Stenberg. I'll certainly take care of that for you. I'll accept the plea of no plea of no contest. I'll assess the $500 fine, the cost of court, 6 months in jail, probated for a period of a year, hostage participate in the VIP, the Victim Impact Program, the DWI education, the TAP evaluation, I'll order ignition and lock for a period of 6 months. I'll order $60 restitution to DPS. I'm going to probate half of the community service. Stenberg, and she'll be approved to donate the other half if she's able to do that, if it works better for her. I will set her supervisory fee at $25 a month.
Thank you. Thank you.
Find the minimum work's a hardship. Good luck, Mr. Donaldson. Tell your friends what this has cost you, both in terms of time, money, and aggravation, and remind them how cheap Uber is as compared to a DWI charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
If the state could just present the evidence of the BAC .132. There was an accident in this. We have contacted both complainants and the defendant's insurance has paid the claim.
But the restitution has been covered by the insurance, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good deal. And what did you say the blow was?
It was a .132 and that was from a blood.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Good luck, Ms. Donaldson.
Thank you, Kathleen and Yvonne. You did an awesome job. And I'm ready to go wherever you tell me to go now.
Have a good lunch.
You're still dealing with Ms. Rodriguez's case, right, Joe?
I'm dealing with whoever I am supposed to deal with.
Okay.
I'm going to a breakout room, I believe. But I'm glad I cannot read lips.
I just realized I was on mute. I send you to join breakout room 12. And Lauren, I'm gonna place you with your attorney. Thank you for your patience. Ms. Donaldson, you're excused.
Okay, thank
you. Probation should be in contact with you via email or phone. If you don't hear from them, just report to probation, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Judge, right now, Lauren Rodriguez is the last one. I can send an email to Frank if he wants to join later on.
Yeah, that's fine. If staff's available and we need to do that after lunch, that's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. I'm happy to accommodate him any way we can.
Okay, let me send him an email.
Hey, Yvonne,
Yes, Judge.
did you ever work the mass arraignments that we used to do back right around the late 80s, right up till about 90, till we got to the new courthouse?
No, what year was that, Judge?
Would have been 87, 88.
No, I started in 91.
Okay, we would have a mass arraignment, the central jury room, because there are no jurors on Fridays. So everybody, before the direct filing, everybody that'd been arrested like 3 weeks before would show up on Friday morning in the central jury room. All the courts would send prosecutors, and we would probably take, on for every Friday morning, we would take about 75 pleas in the morning.
Wow.
And yeah, that was
Those are the good old days.
that was before, you were required to have, everybody was required to have an attorney, and a whole bunch of people went pro se, but man, we'd bring them in groups of 10, and we'd take 10 pleas at a time. And
I did that with Judge Gonzalez. I remember he would put like 15, ready to go. We would do all the pleas.
yeah, that came back from the old mass arraignment days, and things have certainly changed. And we take now a plea. The number of pleas we take in the morning is what I used to take before 10 o'clock. You do 5, 6 pleas the first hour. So, but we're getting it done. So that's all that counts.
Moving the wheels of justice, move them.
Yep, slowly but surely.
So are we not going to do that anymore?
I got no idea.
The big mag, that's not going to happen.
No, I think we're well past that. I don't think we'll ever see that happen again.
Yeah.
But, it was always quite a morning. You'd have 8 or 9, maybe 10 prosecutors up in the room, and everybody's negotiating in the central jury room, and then down they would come. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, if you were a defense attorney, you might get appointed to 5 or 6 cases back then. Of course, back when I got out of the DA's office and did some defense work, you got paid $50 a day, not a case. So if you got appointed to 3 cases, you might resolve 1, but you'd reset the other 2, so you'd be sure to have another $50 on another day.
Wow. Yeah.
The good old days. Pays a little better today, both for them and for me.
Yes, Judge.
And for you too.
Yes. Very blessed.
Judge, remember the plea for Adrian Grippon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I am completing it. Was that one reduced, or right now it's a DWI? Was it reduced or it stayed as a DWI first?
No, it was an obstruction of the highway. It was the state amended to add a count 2, and he pled to count 2, which was the obstruction of the highway.
Perfect, thank you. Perfect. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give this to Anna and Amy.
Thank you.
Judge, Frank is about to join us.
Thank you.
Hi, Frank. Welcome back.
Hello, thank you.
Mick, are you dealing with Daniel or Kathleen on this?
It was me, Your Honor.
It was Daniel.
Do you need to go into a breakout room with Daniel?
We've already talked when we were in before. We just, I guess, bring the judge up to speed.
Give me 1 second. Just finishing this last plea. Alrighty. What's the case number on this one we're dealing with, gentlemen?
Judge, that case number is 665139. I'm sorry, were you not speaking to me, Judge?
Yeah, I was. What's the
Okay.
number?
I'm sorry. It's 665139, Cesar Marroquin.
And do we need a record on this?
If Your Honor's going to make rulings, then yes, we would, but Your Honor may need to watch the videos. I can, obviously make our case of what needs to be done. I think the state and I, after discussing this, are in agreement. We just need to have a ruling on redaction times.
Okay. All right, let's, Yvonne, let's not worry about the record for right now. Let me see where we're at and what needs to be done and what we might be able to agree on.
Yes,
Okay,
Judge.
Mr. McElroy, if you'll go forward with what it is that you're asking the court to do, and let me see what Mr. Escobar might agree to, or what I need to review in order to rule on it.
Yes, Judge. So some background. It's a DWI arrest. My client had a broken down vehicle on the side of the road. The police responded. I don't know if they were called or they just happened upon the vehicle. My client was still in the vehicle at the time. They have him get out. They start to ask just some questions about, where is he coming from? Is he okay? Anybody else with you? That kind of stuff. And then they start to ask, investigatory questions. And he states, I'd like to talk to my lawyer. And it's at about 4 minutes into the video. And then at about I'm sorry, the officer, I believe it's Officer Heichman. There's two officers. The main officer is a female officer. I don't recall her name. There's Officer Heichman, it's actually clearer body cam video because he's observing the situation. But he's also speaking to our client, to Mr. Marroquin. And he says, well, you don't need a lawyer if you're not intoxicated. And then some more questions go on. And then about 43 seconds later, I believe it's at 4:43 in his video, my client invokes his Fifth Amendment privilege. He says, I plead the Fifth. And then he's told right after that, he's asked by the female officer, she said, that's okay, but can I ask you this? Can I check your eyes? And then she proceeds to do the HGN. The video proceeds after that. There's, questions about drinking. There's field sobriety tests. They say, we can ask you questions. We're not here to give you a hard time. I'm just looking through my notes here, Judge, as I go on here. In essence, just to, I don't think there's any disagreement about this. The investigation moves on. Many questions are asked, and eventually my client's arrested.
Your contention is the audio of the video should be completely suppressed?
Yes, Judge. After he asks for counsel at approximately 4 minutes, we believe the video and the audio need to be suppressed at that point forward. As far as whether or not there's remaining probable cause to arrest, I think that would run with trial. The evidence, before the court at that point, the remaining evidence. I'm sorry, Judge, let me look through. I'm just, again, trying to pull these off my notes here. We'd ask that the video and the audio beginning at 4 minutes be completely redacted, be suppressed, and not be permitted to be heard by a jury. And then if this hasn't already done, this is just kind of cover all stuff. I ask for a witness list under 3914, limine order about any previous or post arrest issues. Obviously suppress any evidence about the vertical gaze nystagmus, and any evidence regarding validation studies with HGN.
Okay. But that's probably a little more complex than what I can deal with today on your written motions. Those have to be reviewed. Daniel, and does the state have a wheel witness, Frank? Do they have anybody that puts them behind the wheel?
The arresting officer has him behind the wheel. The vehicle, when the police arrive, the vehicle is not in motion. It's on the frontage road of 410, I believe. It might be a different highway, but it's on the frontage road of a highway. And it looks like the axle broke. The wheels are kind of turned at a strange angle, and the vehicle's not moving and doesn't look like it's able to be moved. But yes, so that's the long answer to your question, Judge. The officer wheels him.
Well, the officer has them behind the wheel, but nobody has them with the vehicle in motion?
Correct.
And Your Honor, he does admit to driving, from what I recall. He does say, yes, I was driving.
Okay. Is that before or after his assertion of his rights?
Before, Your Honor. The officers get him to get out of the vehicle. They start talking to him for a couple minutes. They ask him where he's going, where he was coming from, if he had been drinking that night. At one point, he says, no, I wasn't drinking. But then he says, yes, actually, I have had some amount of drinks. I can't remember exactly what the verbiage he used was. But then at that point, that's when he then says, I'd like to talk to my lawyer.
Okay. And Judge, if I might, I personally, I don't recall exactly in which order things were said. I don't recall if he says, yes, I was driving. I don't know if that question was ever asked. It didn't look like that was ever really in question at the scene. And Daniel's correct. There was a question, had you been drinking tonight? And I think initially he says no. And then maybe the question was asked again, and he said, not much. And I believe that was before his rights.
Frank, are we in agreement that it's okay for Daniel to submit the video? Let me review the video and then I'll get back to both of you on it.
Yes, Judge. Yes. And just for the court's knowledge, the court can obviously review all the videos, I think, of the two officers, but the one that seems very clear because he's participating, but he's actually standing back a bit and you can see everything, is Officer Heichman's video, his body cam.
Okay. Daniel, are you okay with that?
With giving you the video, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Give me a chance to review. Okay. Let me review it and I'll get you an answer before the end of the week, Frank.
Sounds good, Judge, and I do appreciate that.
And Your Honor, there was one other issue. So the other secondary question that we did have, so the officers do end up placing him under arrest. They read him his Miranda rights, and in the police report, they indicate that they read him the statutory warning and that he gave a voluntary breath sample. Now, that's at least what the officers wrote. I can't remember if in the video, if they show him reading, if they show the officer reading the DIC 24 and if the defendant says yes, but they did collect a breath sample, they did not get a warrant. So I know that there is a question on the voluntariness of that breath sample.
Okay, well, we're not at that point yet. I'll deal with the initial issue Mr. McElroy's raised here and try to get that clarified for you, and then we can move on to the breath sample after that.
Excellent. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
May I be excused?
Yeah, have a good morning, Frank.
And Your Honor, just to clarify, so are we looking just specifically, did he have probable cause to arrest or where the redactions begin?
I'm looking, as I understand it, I'm looking at, well, I will ancillarily look at the probable cause issue, but mostly I'm concerned with the redaction.
All right, sir. The only thing I'd ask, so in the top right corner of all the SAPD videos, it gives a number that's like a universal number. If whenever you're writing it down, don't look at the video player. If you give the number that's in the top right corner,
top right,
that time, that's usually the time where it's for all of the videos, so that I don't have to go in and figure it out in each one.
Yes, Judge. And if I can ask just one favor, aside from that, if Your Honor maybe can reference a few words that are spoken before or after. As
yeah, I'll try to make it as clear as possible so you know exactly what we're dealing with.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Good to see you, Frank. Take care.
You too, Judge.
And yeah, Corinne, whenever you can create a SharePoint, I'll upload it.
I will, Daniel. Sorry, I was on mute. Mr. Stenberg, you're back. Hold on, I'm gonna unmute you.
Yes,
There you
ma'am.
go. Yes,
Can I speak to an ADA, please?
yes, that'll be with Daniel. 1 moment.
Oh, thank gosh you didn't put me with Kathleen. She's tough. Daniel, he's a pushover.
Kathleen, question. Do you know if the obstruction package for Adrian Grippon was sent?
Daniel had sent that, I want to say yesterday.
Even with back.
So I can ask him to check his Adobe sign.
Yes, yes, the clerk still need it. Thank you, Kathleen.
I just sent you the email. Apparently the defense counsel didn't go through Adobe Sign. He, for some reason, emailed it as an attachment.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Judge Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
I have the obstruction packet for Adrian Gripon, Dr. Harris's client.
Right.
They printed it and they did the same thing. They filled it up in paper. I have the scanned copy. Do you want me to submit it via Adobe Sign to you? Or would you be okay with us stamping Judge Stolhansky's signature and just putting there for Judge Johnson?
That'd be fine. Use
Okay.
Judge Lansky's signature and let's get it done because that's kind of been a cluster from the start.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
And what is Dr. Harris a doctor of? Do we know?
No.
Okay.
I only saw on his Dr. Harris.
I don't know. Daniel might know. I don't know if he actually asked him that question.
Kathleen, you sent me paperwork on David Nicholas Pena. You know what is that for?
Let me check out my Adobe Sign for Pena. I think that might be for tomorrow.
Okay, very good. I'll keep it as pending for tomorrow.
So yes, so Pena is actually scheduled for tomorrow. I was just getting a
You're
head
ahead-
start on that.
You're ahead of the game. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Hi, Joe, you're back.
I want to request a PR bond from the judge, please.
What is the charge on this case, Joe?
Deadly conduct, and the situation is that she had a disagreement with her boyfriend. Only thing she had was a gun, but it had no, according to her, no clip and no round in the chamber. She was at a gas station. She tapped on the window and with the gun and asked for a ride, made no threats whatsoever. And with that, she has no prior incident in Bexar County. She has 2 children, ages 10 and 5, that live in Bexar County with her. She's not sure if her divorce has gone through with her ex, Raimundo Rodriguez. She gets along with him, and her ex's father is Jeffrey Rodriguez, and I have their phone numbers, and her bond is $250. Could we give her a PR bond, please?
Well, let me, out of an abundance of caution, let me ask the DAs to give me a copy of the police report if they could. And Corinne, would you give me a quick PR investigation on Miss Rodriguez? And
Yes, Judge.
Joe, I'll get a look at it right after lunch and I'll have an answer for you by mid-afternoon.
Okay.
We'll try to get it done so that if I can do the bond, she can get out today and get home. But let me get a little bit of background because the deadly conduct charge is one that kind of raises a flag, and I want to be sure of what I'm doing.
Well, I've not seen the police report. I'm just telling you what Mr. Escobar told me. He had
And Mr. Stenberg, what's your email so I can send you the police report?
atyjoe@aol.com. That's Alpha Tango Yankee.
Forward it to me as well, Daniel, if you would, please. And
course, Your
Corinne, contact pretrial services, ask them to do a quick investigation or to email over to me whatever investigation they have.
Will do, Judge.
I'll get a look at those right away.
Thank you. And Corinne, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And Yvonne did such a great job, didn't she?
Yeah, as always. Mr. Rodriguez, I'll get a look at the paperwork and try to have something for you right after lunch. Good luck.
And Your Honor, I just sent it to you and Mr. Stenberg.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Can I
Daniel.
be excused?
You sure may. Have a good one.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Okay. I guess in the state of constitutional carry, there is no gun charge there.
Although technically, I think she could have been charged with the UCW.
Yeah, well, they didn't go there that night, so we won't go there now. Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Irene, are we done till after lunch? That a wrap for the morning, Corinne?
Yes, Judge, I just called pretrial and they're okay with it.
They're okay? What do you mean by that?
With the PR bond.
Okay, well, I want to see, do they have they done an investigation on her or do they have a report on her? You know, usually they do some background and tell you what the priors are and what it's, whether it's violence involved or anything like that. So that's what I'd like. I wasn't looking for their blessing. I was looking for their work.
Okay, let me see.
You do know I used to run pretrial services.
Really?
Yeah, for 2 years. They drove me nuts and that's why I retired.
They're checking on it, Judge.
Thank you.
Do you want to come back at 1:30 or?
Give me just a minute. I'm reading the police report.
All right.
And there's lots of big words in it. Hey, Daniel, could you tell whether the weapon was loaded or had any from the police?
To be truthful, Your Honor, not from the police report.
Because the property doesn't list any bullets.
Right. That's kind of my issue. Why I can't say.
Yeah.
I tried watching the video earlier. I watched bits and pieces to at least say what the witness said. If you want, you can bring Mr. Stenberg back, but the witness did say that he couldn't see a clip in the gun, or at least he thought he couldn't see a clip in the gun, but he didn't know anything else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think what I'll, as soon as I get the PR report, no, we don't need to bring Mr. Stenberg back. As soon as I get the PR report, I'll take a look at it. And what I may do is I'll grant a PR with special needs. So go ahead and prepare that, Corinne, and have it ready just in case. And once I see what PR reports to me, I'll probably do the bond with special needs.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Rodriguez, can you unmute? Thank you. The police report lists you as homeless. Do you have a place to stay if you were released from jail?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, very good. All right, I'll get a good look at this bond and try to get something for you pretty shortly. I've read the police report, and I don't have a lot of concerns based on it, but let me see what PR comes up as far as background.
Thank you, sir.
Any prior arrests or convictions I should know about?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Let me confirm that and I'll get you out of there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, folks. Well, Corinne, I'll look at that paperwork and get back with you right after lunch, and we'll get a bond done for her if appropriate. I think there'll probably be a bond with special needs, so that's the paperwork I'll need.
Okay, sounds
Very
good. Do you want me to release her? Do I bring Ms. Rodriguez back at 1:30?
Bring who back?
Bring her back? Oh.
Yeah, you can release her. No, we don't need to have her back. I'm just going to look at the paperwork or look at what PR sends, and then if appropriate, do the bond, and then we'll pass that over to the jail. But we don't need Ms. Rodriguez here for that.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks. I'll check in with you right after lunch.
Will do. Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Rodriguez, your excuse.
And
have a good day.
Everybody else just be on call as usual, and if something comes up, we'll deal with it.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone.
Be well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye. Bye.